I wanted to stop and talk, but
All
okay.
right. Well,
we'll
this
talk.
is what we're going to do now. We're going to talk about a greenery collection. Everything, by the way, is brand new today. I'm just going to say that as a blanket statement for the entire show, so you are the first to see it.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm a little worried, right, about a lot of the inventory that we have and a lot of these products very limited, all right? This greenery collection, Benjamin and I were both kind of laughing because I guess technically it's a greenery.
Yes, technically.
But most of it are these beautiful and genuine pine cones, which I know you designed because it's something we don't see enough of.
Well, is there anything more Christmassy than pine cones and evergreen? I mean, it's classic Christmas sort of thing. So, yes, one of the things that I really wanted to do with this collection was to have it just be chock full of pine cones, because they are just, I think not only when you're dealing with something that is permanent, lifelike, or artificial, pine cones add a real reality to it sort of thing. These are full of it. They're seed pods. Much of the inspiration for this thing came from my mother in the 60s, belonged to a garden club, as many of our mothers did.
Right.
Pine cone wreaths were a big deal.
That's
they all made pine cone wreaths and pine cone trees and stuff, and that's something I remember from my childhood. So this really was brought forward.
Now, this is going to be you at home. This is your challenge. As you listen to Benjamin share his stories, your challenge is to actually pull your eyes away from the price tag and listen to the stories that we share. Benjamin, do me a favor, pick up the other end of that garland.
Yes.
This is a 9-foot garland, my friends.
9 foot.
And the garland is less than $60 with the red bows, with the dozens of pine cones.
All hand wired on.
Already popular. 1,100 remain. I should have warned you about the countdowns, honey. It's going to be nothing but countdowns in this show.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Quick.
wreath choices, we have a few. So if you want to do the set of 2, now we're calling them candle rings. I keep calling them mini wreaths, but obviously you can hang them on the window, you can hang them on the wall.
Right.
We have them set around candles. Did you pick up our today's special value? The set of 2 candle rings are $15 each. They're
amazing.
less than $30. The 2 actual wreaths are 18 inches and 24 inches respectively. The 18-inch has an easy pay of $10, guys.
Wow.
And then the big 24-inch wreath, less than $60, an easy pay of $14.99,
Wow.
right? That said, because my mom has made wreaths in the past too, but it was glue gun.
Oh, yes.
And
hot burn fingers.
Right, and then the next year, and hot burn fingers, and then the next year you pull it out and half the pine cones would fall off, right? So thank you for bringing us something that has a lot more longevity.
No, absolutely. Like I said, these are all hand wired on. Beautiful grosgrain ribbons tied along the length of the garland as well as in the wreaths themselves. It's a very casual bow. It's kind of a floppy bow. It's not a really perky bow. Has a wonderful sense of an old world quality to it. As Jen said, these are so great. I love these hung on cabinet doors. They're wonderful on the backs of dining chairs. But they're also great, you know, my grandmother, whose grandmother didn't have a candle ring when we were growing up. You had the big pillar candle and you had the candle ring. You don't see them very often anymore, so I was thrilled to be able to develop those with QVC.
No, you don't. And you see how thick that is? I turn it to the side so that it's not just this single layer of a flat pine cone.
Right.
That they are, you know, piled on top of that wreath mold.
Yeah, there's real depth.
Yeah, we've got these styled around the set, and of course, pay attention throughout the show as we're going to be showing you some beautiful lifestyle, or really memories from Benjamin's childhood. Walk with me over to these candles, because this is kind of 2 birds, 1 stone thing. We can show everybody the candle rings and how they're initially intended to be used. Of course, I want to slap them all over walls and windows, obviously. But as we have them styled here, these, of course, flameless candles are also coming up a little bit later in the show.
Right,
So
very
you'll see
excited.
that too. What a great way to add dimension.
It really
to a table
is.
setting.
The thing about these, both in the candle rings and the wreaths themselves, is they're very lightweight. They're done on a sort of cardboard backing, and so they're easy to adhere to the back of a chair, hang on a door, any of that kind of stuff. Love them as the candle ring. I'll give you a little tip.
Okay.
What I would tend to use at home, in order to get the whole image on this candle, put a tuna can. Just stick a tuna can right there.
I love you.
It's good to go. You know, it doesn't have to be permanent. We're only putting it up for a month, so, you know, use what you got.
And of course, my brain goes to, okay, empty the tuna can, feed it to Madam Mim, rinse it out, put it inside.
Perfect. Okay,
Again, we're going to be great friends, because apparently we grew up in very similar households where tuna cans would be repurposed, right?
You bet.
I want to head over to the mantle, but you know I'm going to do that slow, all right? Because as I'm heading over to the mantle, do you see this little village that we have set up here? And if my brain remembers correctly, I think each of these are less than $30. $29.97.
Yes.
But as we head over to the mantle, this is what I love you for, Benjamin. You didn't say, oh, let's do 4.5-foot garlands and you have to buy 2 of them.
No.
9 feet.
9 feet. It's really important. I think the holidays are all about abundance. They're about more is more.
Yes.
You don't want to, nothing says welcome like a 4-foot garland, you know, it's like, you want lots of food and lots of decoration and that. So 9 feet, you can tell this is a sizable mantle. And we've just casually, you know, decorating doesn't have to be hard. This literally is casually tossed.
Thank
As
you
you can
for
see,
that.
it's not symmetrical. We've let it sort of flow here, come along, extremely full. I mean, look at how
Yeah.
full this is.
I can't see through it.
I'm known for sort of building garlands. I like to tuck things in and sort of make them bigger. You don't have to do a thing to this. It's beautiful just the way it is. I'm
Again,
thrilled.
we have 500 orders already. This 24-inch wreath, less than $60. My price comparison brain goes to florist. If I were to,
Right.
or even if you go cut down your own Christmas tree, you know how they're always taking the trimmings and they make
And they
wreaths
make
out of
them,
them, right?
yep.
And they're beautiful and they smell great, but then you buy them, they're probably more than this, and then it's one season wonder.
It's a one and done.
And it's done,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
this is something you'll have year after year, and I can already picture some of our shoppers coming up with ways that they can embellish them themselves too.
You know, this is not only great as a wreath, it's wonderful laid on a table with, say, a punch bowl in the middle as a centerpiece. You know, there's so many ways to use this. On the 18-inch wreath,
Punch bowl.
oh
If
yeah,
only-
punch bowl.
If only I had a punch
Isn't that
bowl.
funny that I would say something about that?
It's so random. Yeah, we have the plum pudding ceramics. You see how I can't stay focused?
I was going to say, what about here?
Yeah, no, honey, we'll end up back over there. Welcome to working with JC, right? So this is a ceramic servingware set. We're going to have the punch bowl, we're going to have the platter, the pitcher, and the 4-piece place setting all coming up there, if you're interested. Let's head back over to the table. We'll
getting
break
dizzy.
down your choices again. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you wear your Fitbit? Because you're going to get a lot of steps into.
I'm ready. I'm right behind you.
Here's the
I'm going.
18-inch wreath.
The 18-inch.
Yeah.
Put
sorry,
this on
guys,
top. If you need a bigger statement than that, put it on top of a live wreath. I like to layer things a lot of
I
times.
love that.
And it's a really, take these things and personalize them. It's all about what you want to do with them. You know,
Thank
there's
you
no
for
rules.
not giving us rules. Do you know what
No,
I mean?
there's no rules.
Yeah, especially at
Particularly not
Christmas time.
Yeah, I was going to say. Sorry.
Okay.
There's no calories and no rules.
That's right. We love you for that. Okay, so I think if I'm correct, it's the garland that is the most popular. No, update. That has changed.
Uh-oh.
But if you want the garland, we have 800 left.
Come on. Who
If
doesn't
you want the candle
garland?
rings, those are the most popular. We have 1,200 remaining. It's a $750 easy pay. 18-inch wreath, easy pay of $9.99, and the 24-inch gorgeous wreath, $59.97, is a $14.99 easy pay. Okay, quick mention. Mike just said in my ear, he goes, you just mentioned these, and I said, I mentioned everything. But so what specifically? All right, the stocking, got it, the stocking.